Part 16 of What If the Final Season of Game of Thrones was really good. Now we find Queen Dany and Hand to the Queen, Sansa, alone in the partially destroyed Red Keep. And Sansa has just told Dany the story of how she was tortured by King Joffrey in the middle of the Red Keep in front of the entire court. Cut to Tyrion and Bran being wheeled around by Sir Bronn of the Blackwater as they discuss what the future of Westeros holds, how they're able to get back to the way things were, or even if it's possible to do that. Tyrion isn't very optimistic. He doesn't know if things are ever going to be the same in Westeros. Suddenly, in the middle of their conversation, Bran's eyes roll back white. And Tyrion's like, what's wrong? Bran then comes to and turns to Tyrion and says, we have to get to the Red Keep. Cut back to Dany and Sansa in the Red Keep. Dany sitting on the throne, Sansa slowly pacing around the room, looking at the architecture, and then she turns away from Dany and says, I hate this place. Dany then stands up from the throne and says, what? Now, guarding the door is Brienne of Tarth, who's like, you guys can't go in there. The Queen and her hand are having a meeting. They wanted to be alone. Tyrion is like, no, Brienne, open the door. We have to speak with the Queen. Brienne, noble as she is like, no, I'm not going to open the door. I told the Queen and her hand that I would give them a moment alone. Bran says, I have reason to believe that the Queen is in danger. Open the door. Brienne's like, I know it's just Lady Sansa and Queen Dany. They're both fine. Cut back inside to Sansa and Dany. Sansa, still monologuing, says, I hate the people. I hate the smell, and I hate that nearly everyone I've ever loved has died here. Cut back outside the door. Tyrion commands Bronn, if Sir Brienne doesn't open the door, cut her down. Brienne steps back and grips her sword. Bronn, who fought alongside Brienne, looks at her and says, Brienne, I don't want to do this. Cut back inside to Dany and Sansa. Sansa begins to walk towards Dany and asks, is anywhere in this city safe for little girls with no family like you and me? Dany then asks, Sansa, what are you talking about? Cut back outside. Tyrion then commands, Brienne, open the door! Cut back inside. Sansa, inching closer and closer to Dany, says, the job of a leader is to protect those that can't protect themselves. Then Dany, who's still injured from battle, knows she can't defend herself, looks at the door, then back to Sansa. Then outside the door, Brienne exhales and loosens her grip on her sword, and Bronn does the same. Cut back inside to Sansa and Dany, where Sansa is now inches away from Dany, says, but I think the realm is in good hands. Dany then breathes a sigh of relief. The door of the Red Keep opens and Tyrion peeks through. Then suddenly, and without warning, Sansa stabs Daenerys in the side with Arya's Valyrian steel dagger, then pulls Dany in close and whispers to her, the realm is safe, because the throne is mine. Tyrion bears witness to this in the doorway and whispers, no. Like and follow for the final scene in part 17.